Why, hello there, everyone, and welcome back to the City of Mist. I cannot stop hovering over certain tokens because they're just so damn pretty. Let us join our friends in chat, yes? Hello there, friends.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, haven't heard that in a while. Very classy. What show is that from?
Azumango Daio?
Yes! Wow, you didn't even think about that. You got it quick. Hell yeah, good job. You get points.
I have seen it like 4 times.
Oh my god, seriously?
It was one of Casey's favorite.
Okay. I've never actually seen the show. I just saw a meme.
What?
I know.
Wow.
What?
It's like Con Air, where I've seen pieces of Con Air, but I've never seen the entirety of Con Air. It's just always on TV.
Guess what we're watching next, I guess.
No, we're probably watching Mob Psycho next, or something else. It's like the last season.
Azumango Daio will go fast.
That's what she said. Okay. That's fine. We'll consider it. Anyway, too many anime to watch. But it's alright. Because Char isn't all of them, apparently. He's probably in that one, too, as like a side background character. That voice actor really gets around. Just look for someone driving a red car. Alrighty, back into the auction. Most of the shadow, to remind you all, has flitted away. Primarily because the perimeter has indeed been breached. I updated the tokens. They're beautiful. To the north. They basically smashed through in their truck. Lights crisscross, shooting across the ceiling. They are screaming, hollering, having a damn good time. Does anyone remember what the first one screamed out loud?
Oh, God.
Something about a bucket.
Yes, indeed. Was someone just bring
Melody's
this?
on the ball today.
I mean, it's a very memorable quote.
It is.
Is it?
It's bring me a bucket and I'll show you a bucket. It's so absurd. I love it. Anyway,
The way that I genuinely, that's completely wiped itself from my mind.
perfectly fine. We played the game a little too much, so it was all good.
Okay.
Anyway, so yes, they busted their way in. They're screaming and hollering. The guards are standing up and getting ready. Y'all see this happening very quickly. What do y'all do?
Where are they? How far? What?
They are, I'd say maybe about like 5 or so car lengths from you guys currently, and they are in the north part of the building. They just smashed
Do they
through the
look
wall.
like they're gonna? Do they look like they're gonna attack me?
You know, but they pointed at the item that's being auctioned, and they're very clearly here for that.
And you
Well,
said they're
aren't we
in
here for that?
You said they're in a truck?
They smashed through the wall in a truck, then a second truck came through. On the back of that truck is a guy with a guitar, and he is just noodling like crazy.
That
Where are they-
sounds oddly familiar.
Can I, like, shoot a magical spike out of the ground into their truck?
You very much can. Are you going for... So they both stopped, fortunately. The first one crashed, so it's probably not going anywhere. But the back one looks like it might still be a little mobile. Which one are you going for?
The mobile one, so they can't flee.
All right, excellent. I'm going to go ahead and say just roll. Let's just drop some damage just to, like, basically make it not go anywhere. So, you know what? Just hit it with all you got. Why not? They're not here for you. They're here for the loot.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
Are we trying to get the loot so that they don't get it?
Well, that's garbage.
It's all good. Shit happens sometimes. Technically, you guys discussed last time, there's a multitude of ways that you guys were going to escape with the... I forgot what it's called. My apologies. The Ambrosia. You guys were thinking of either following the person that stole it. Yeah, actually, you guys are watching people. He said if someone took it, follow them. If someone wins it, follow them. Or we win it, yay. Or destroy it on stage, although you, Morgan, said, I'll, hang back because I don't want to be associated with that for obvious reasons. So,
Yeah.
you guys want to stop this.
Well, no one
But
won
I
it,
could
right?
go Mothman mode.
You can. It's currently mid-bid. They look as if they are...
Wait, as in the bid is still going?
It was, yeah.
It got interrupted.
You know what? What's the bidding up to?
I think like 15, 16K, Xander was throwing money at the problem, and he was getting there. He was just meeting over and over. But yeah, it
I bet that's annoying for whoever actually wants it.
Indeed. Xander, I'm going to give you a choice. So when you decide to shoot, basically you're effectively firing a giant spike into like their general area, right?
Yeah.
Okay. When they enter, I'm going to actually add a status that just says chaos. It's going to be chaos 1. For the most part, when you guys roll against anything, not for this roll, but for rolls going forward, when I let you know, you'll also be choosing chaos 1. They will be increasing this chaos value. So the more bullshit they do, basically. Xander, when this misses, you kind of get up out of your seat and you prepare your usual magic mumbo jumbo. And unfortunately, the spike misses. I'm going to have you choose. When you cast the spell, do you attempt to conceal yourself or are you kind of heading for them? The decision is going to be, are these dudes coming for you now or are they still going for the goods?
I'll remain hidden because when they busted through, like, it wasn't one of my big spikes, but it was like I was trying to like swiftly do like 2 javelins coming out of thin air shooting into the engine block, but they clearly missed.
All good. You just barely missed. They kind of whiff around it. And as you hide yourself, there's this truck, we'll say, is still mobile then, and they are headed for the ambrosia. The guards are moving up into position, and they're getting ready to move this stuff out. You guys see the people around you, like 90% of them get up, and they begin to panic, and they start to leave. They're moving southward, out of the building, and away from the raiders. Moira, Radiah, and Roxanne, what are y'all doing?
I want to go Mothman and intercept the...
Oh, while she's doing that, I flip out a little piece of chalk and I start drawing something on the floor.
All right, perfect.
Yeah, all right. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and intercept them.
All righty.
Before they can get to the ambrosia.
One truck is headed towards the ambrosia. The other truck is parked because it's smashed, but the guys are getting out of that truck, and they're just screaming, having a good time. Which one are you going for?
Who's closest?
They're about equidistant from you. It wouldn't matter too much. You're in a good position.
How big are they?
The individuals?
Yeah.
They range. Some of them are actually smaller than you, and some are disturbingly large in terms of, like, a little too lanky or a little too buff. Like, almost parts of their bodies don't really fit. They look odd, Someone skipped leg day.
You know what that sounds like? Ambrosia abuse.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Well, my wings are very, very large. So I was trying to see if I could block them entirely.
Excellent. Well, are you going for both, or are you going for... Well, the roll will decide that.
Yeah.
So go ahead and just roll that, and we'll see. And definitely add chaos to this roll, as you are running directly into them.
Is it still low light?
The lighting is mixed to the point where you can basically decide where to stand. There is like wisps of shadow moving throughout this room, almost like clouds. It's very, very intriguing.
You said throw chaos into it?
Yes, basically they are creating this chaos. The more chaos they create, the higher that will go, which is going to be bad for you guys, obviously.
Okay.
But you doing this will slow it down.
What would this be? Face danger? Go toe to toe?
Considering you're trying to stop them, I'm going to say go ahead and roll change the game.
Okay. All right.
Because one of those plus sides allows you to...
And before this happens, since I know what she's trying to do, block them,
Okay.
Can I send assistance out to her? Something else that's kind of big.
Most definitely. So hold on to that roll, Moira. Are you sending Dragon out, or...?
Yes.
All right, perfect. For that, then, go ahead and do the same thing. Roll change the game, and then whatever that ends up being, we can assist Moira.
Okay.
Nice! All right, you got 2 juice. You got Fierce Dragon and Sharp Claws.
2 juice.
Oh, my God. Okay. Technically, so let's see. You rolled an 11. That's nice and spicy. Good job there. Realistically, you don't need to use Radiah's.
I guess not.
Yeah, but we'll keep it. That's good. Yeah, we'll say.
I think me and the dragon are teaming up now. That's the vibe I'm getting.
I'm gonna go ahead and make because you rolled an 8 on your change of the game, so you get 2 juice. You can spend as you see fit. So basically, we always want to create a story tag. So the story tag is a thing that is assisting us. You can also reduce. You can spend one of those to basically slow them down if you want. And rather than me increasing chaos, I'm not going to remove it entirely because it's going to just stay at 1. Can I make it 0 without deleting it? That was the question. It deleted it. Okay, that's fine. I'll just have them reinstate chaos as a soft move or a hard move later. So we can say your juice, Radiah, creates 2 things. The story tag Guardian Dragon, which is temporary, so once it's used once, that's it. But Moria didn't need it, meaning someone else in the future can use it. And we removed the chaos tag. So realistically, the chaos tag wouldn't have been there, and that's still 11, which is really damn good. But you have 4 juice, which is a lot.
4 juice?
That's so much juice.
I've got 4 juice.
You got friggin' 4 juice. Okay, so you can do quite a few things.
What can I do?
Well,
Let's see.
of the options. So basically, burn a power tag or story tag. We can kind of ignore that one because we haven't like set up enough of those tags just yet. But that's like for comboing and whatnot. Obviously, create a story tag, so we definitely want that. Scale up the effect, which is exactly what you wanted because you can affect more than one dude. Perfect. You can prolong the effect. You can make it ongoing. You can hide it.
I would also like that.
You can also hide it, and then you can also any other improvement that you see fit. So you nailed this one. Good job.
So I'll do scale up the effect.
Perfect.
Prolong the effect.
Perfect. And then the first one, create a story tag.
I guess there's no status to be reduced.
Not currently, no. It does say give or reduce a status, though.
Give a status?
Yeah.
Could I make a status of intimidated?
I could totally do that. Yeah, sure. I can throw a status on them of just oops. Oh my god. Intimidated?
Intimidated?
What's typing
that?
is hard. All right, I'll throw that on the one on the left. Will make them intimidated because they're currently more mobile. Perfect. All right, so they can indeed see this. What exactly does this look like? You jump up and you like wing? Are you like grabbing them? You stopping them?
So I think so. The way I imagine it is they're about to run past me, and I throw up the wings, and they hit them, and then I just step back and like glare.
Excellent. So I'm gonna make a tag called "Stopped by Wings." So if you guys do anything that's involving them, then we can respond to that. So, Redai, what you did there was perfect. Anytime someone says something, like Morva saying, I want to do this, responding with, can I help, is perfect. Technically, you can't help after. So that was excellent, Raya. Good job. Roxanne, as you see them do that, the raiders are stopped by Morva's huge wingspan. Looks like Mr. Dragon flew into range. He doesn't need to help, but he's ready. What are you doing?
All right, there are some things I want to do. First, I want to put a mini shadow on that guy who I was drawn to, the professional, just to trail him.
Okay.
Unrelated.
All right.
Then I've decided my vigilante outfit is made of shadows, so I want to whip that on so that no one recognizes me because that would be bad.
All right.
And then I want to use my shadows to whisk the ambrosia away.
Okay, so that's a lot of different things. In the background, you're kind of just having your shadows watch the individual you want to look for is B, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And you want one of your shadows trailing them, so I add your little token there. It's a little cute cat boy for now.
Just a little tiny one.
Yeah. So they're watching. I will say, through their eyes, you can see that B isn't really paying too much attention to what's going on. It looks as if they are guarding something. Their attention is jumping between everybody. It looks like the folk that were in the chairs, some of them are hesitant to run. Some are actually, they're running away from the raiders. They don't really see what you guys are doing, but they're watching the ambrosia and they're watching you guys now. So some people left. A couple stayed behind. Some are hiding behind crates and barrels. Some are around corners and whatnot, but they are very much paying attention. B is looking at these people and also looking at the ambrosia. So your little shadow can see that. You want to try whisking away the ambrosia on stage?
Yeah.
Okay, it is
a
definitely
sweet little sleight of hand while I'm distracting.
Yeah, I want to suck it into a shadow and spit it out somewhere else.
Okay, they are currently hardcore guarding it, so you'll definitely need to move into position to attempt basically to get that. Just because currently the guards are, I don't have tokens.
And how close is into position?
Basically, just somewhere that's I guess slightly more obvious. You're not doing it right though. You're just having. Are you having Jasper or?
No, I'll probably have one of my lesser familiar shadows do it.
I'm going to go ahead and say... Roll me go toe-to-toe, because you're trying to accomplish a something, not necessarily do damage. I'm going to apply a tag to it, though, that I don't currently have. It's a story tag that's just guards.
Okay, this is to whip it away, right?
Effectively, yes. So I'll apply that after you roll.
I'm going to do army, I'm going to do move in the shadows, and I'm going to do surprise from behind because hopefully no one expects it to disappear in the shadows.
They don't know what your power does, so correct, you can currently use that. Dear God, a 13. Okay. All right, so you can choose to, which is managing to achieve your goal, and there, I guess you can technically hit them with the status if you wish, or you can choose to resist whatever they're going to do in return. Your choice.
Well, I get to choose two, right?
Yes, you have to pick the first one, because you're trying to do the thing, so you must choose that, and then you got the other two at the bottom.
I will dodge.
Sounds good. And with your current state, you can't put it very far, but you can put it definitely out of the way. Where approximately do you want to drop this? We'll hold the building as it is, so we'll say north is the Raiders, and you guys walked in through the south.
Is Xander drove his car here, right? Is that near enough?
No, too far. Definitely too far. Anything outside the building is too far.
What are you trying to do in my car?
Put stuff in it. Okay, so then on the roof of the building is too far too.
Yeah, anything outside the building would be too far. You're not really sure how tall things are here because you couldn't really see anything just until now. Now, you did pass by plenty of boxes and shit. You can definitely hide it, somewhere away. Depends who you're trying to move it away from.
I just want to move it away from everyone out of sight to retrieve later, I guess. Yeah, let's put it in a corner somewhere. That would be the last place someone would look. I don't know.
Okay, it does glow, but temporarily, we'll throw it kind of away yonder and say it's like stuffed between some crates, so people can't really see it at a glance, but if they're looking for it, they'll find it. All right, and as you whisk that away, attention is now drawn to you, but they're not in a good position to attack you, Roxanne. Xander, you were drawing something on the ground. What is that?
Some symbols, like spell symbols.
Okay, I assume whatever that is ready.
Can you kind of describe to me like where the guys are and what they're doing?
By guys, do you mean the Raiders?
The bad people, yeah.
The Raiders are very hard to see right now because Moira basically has them surrounded by a storm of feathers and wings. They're currently basically CC'd by her, so they're held away for the time being. You do see since you spent some time doing what you're doing, you do see some other interested parties, though, in the Ambrosia. It's not just you guys. Obviously, the people that were bidding are also interested. Not all of them have fully run away. Some are still watching.
I have a question.
Yes?
Mothman.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Mothra movie?
The Mothra movie?
Yeah.
I hate to tell you this, but Mothra and the Mothman are different species.
Oh, they're both moths.
Yeah, what is it?
I was going to ask if you could do that dust attack that Mothra can do.
I don't think that's
it's what, scales? Moth scales or something? DM?
Yeah, it basically is. If it depends. So realistically, the end goal is what's more important. If Moira's trying to put people to sleep, if she's trying to give them nightmares via, moth dust.
Ooh.
I mean, I definitely would put them to sleep. I think that's reasonably within the lore.
Yes, those are all 100% valid things.
People end up with I think don't like eyewitness accounts say people end up with nightmares and dreams and stuff.
Yeah, Mothman flies through town.
I mean, I think that's probably doable.
While you're considering that, Xander, what you doing?
Hello again.
Hello again.
Where is the Ambrosia still where it is?
No, Roxanne yeeted it somewhere mysterious.
We don't know where it is.
Probably not. She's trying to hide it from you guys, from everybody, realistically.
I was going to say, does she know where it is?
Yes.
Of course I do.
Okay, well, is it of course actually of course, or is it?
Yes,
of course?
no, I know where my
fear.
shadows are at all times.
Yeah, she rolled a 13.
Okay.
She rolled really, really high on that.
That is true. I can see that right in front of my face, and I chose not to look at it.
Yeah, it's my favorite number. Come on.
Oh, true.
Do I see any bad people doing bad things?
What are you attempting to do?
Well, I mean, what I was going to do is now not really feasible if you said I can't really see the Raiders.
You can pause and wait for them to do something and react. That's perfectly fine. You can hold. You can just tell me you're watching the Raiders for Moira to do her next thing, because I'll let you know they're about to do. They can't just stay CC forever. They're going to do something in like a second. So,
Can I see any of the trucks?
Technically, yeah. They're both in the truck still, but yeah, you can.
Can I see the one that can still drive?
Yes, vaguely. Moira's mostly blocking them out, but on the left, you can definitely see them trying to get out of whatever this trap she has set up.
I'm gonna try to freeze the tire.
All right, sounds perfect.
What am I rolling?
So you're basically just trying to stop it from moving, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and just roll me go toe-to-toe. Ah, darn.
Nice.
It happens. It's all good. It's all good. So what do you fire off? Do you shoot like ice against the ground attempting to hold on? Ice bolt? Okay. So that fires through.
I'm gonna blame the wings.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I mean, realistically, technically, yeah, they do kind of get in the way and they obscure your vision ever so slightly. As you do this, though, B is not standing next to you, Xander, but they are very close. Roxanne, you know this because you guys are,
Wait, who's B?
B is the assassin, guardian person that is incredibly skilled that Roxanne and Moira would have recognized.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as in, like, they're a threat to me, or?
You're not entirely sure, but after you do this, their attention has turned to you. And they're not really sure. It's not a threatening presence necessarily, but they're very much watching you as they're looking around trying to see where the hell did Ambrosia go. They and others look incredibly confused. The people up front, though, don't seem very confused.
Does that mean I increased the chaos by accident or no?
In a moment, yes, because things are going to go crazy. As you consider that, Roxanne, you see a chicken just come running by you.
What?
As the chicken sprints...
This is weird.
As the chicken sprints by you, you hear more screaming coming from the trucks. They are incredibly confused. And a lot of them are trying to point at you, Moira. And they're just screaming, "Look into my eyes when I stare at you!" And it looks as if they are now moving towards you, Moira.
I would just like to say that I also think in the Mothman lore, staring into the eyes of Mothman is bad at juju.
They don't know that.
Okay.
So some of them are getting out of their truck trying to get out of this nonsense. The other one's attempting to drive the truck around and kind of just driving in circles. But they are moving towards you, Moira. You are very obviously standing in the middle of nowhere. What do you do?
So they're coming toward me?
Oh, yeah. Weapons drawn. They got guns. They got knives. They got frying pans, everything.
Well, you know, maybe I think I'll try putting them to sleep.
Sounds
See
good to
if
me.
that works.
Yeah, sure. Roll me go toe-to-toe. Which one are you going for? For reference, the one that's more mobile has Intimidated 1. The other one has no debuffs on them. If you want to keep intimidating the one with Intimidating 1, that will technically get them out of the fight. You can fear someone to death effectively. So mechanically, you want to stack like. So, for example, if Roxanne were to punch someone in the face, or if you were to kick someone in the face, that would be physical harm. If Radia starts burning them, that's also technically physical harm, but it's also on fire, so they don't really coincide. You kind of want to stack the same kind of damage, if that makes any sense, on the same dude. If that makes any sense. If you're trying to fear someone out of the fight, they're not necessarily dying, you're incapacitating them. Let's say you're trying to turn them to a blubbering mess, but they don't want to mess with you anymore. You wouldn't fear them and also punch them in the face. That wouldn't be as effective. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll attack the other person?
Perfect, yeah.
With a different sleepy time tea?
Effectively, yeah.
All right.
Just know that you cannot use the same tags as last time.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm scrolling up to see what I used. Dun-dun-dun.
Now you can use, well, Guardian Dragons are there to help defend, so if they somehow get by, but you do have Stopped by Wings you can use in your favor.
I would like to use that. Here's to hoping.
Dear God, already, another 13. I'm sensing a theme.
Lucky number.
All right, indeed. Alrighty, so you can choose 2 of those things. You manage to achieve your goal, block, dodge, or counter. You get them good, which is giving your opponent a status with tier 3.
Oh, I'd love to get them good.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Then we will indeed do that. And this was this one Sleepy?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So it's Sleepy tier 3. They're not out of the fight, but they are very, very close. They are obviously a collective of dudes, but you see about half of them just nod off. You can choose one more of those if you wish. If you also want to achieve a goal, as in doing something, you'd pick the top one. If you want to basically stop any counterattack, you pick the bottom one.
I'll stop any counterattack.
All right, perfect. They look as if they are drawing their weapons and moving towards you, Moira, but half of them fall asleep basically and stumble out of the truck as they're on their way to you, and they just slide on their face, completely out of the fight, and they're just like just drooling on the ground, while the others are beginning to jump out. And they're seemingly focusing on you, but it looks as if the other ones are kind of splitting off, the ones that were intimidated at least, and they're trying to move around. They're not fully stopped by your wings now. They currently are, but they're beginning to get out of it. So they're splitting up. You don't know if they're doing this on purpose, but it's obviously making it harder for you to basically CC them both. As you guys see that, Roxanne and Radia, what are y'all doing?
Do I notice the bee person looking at me?
You would, yes.
Oh, they're making scary eyes at me.
They look confused.
Do I feel intimidated?
You 100% feel a presence behind you, which causes you to turn around. They're looking at both you and Roxanne in a very inquisitive manner, as if to say, what the hell did you just do?
I mean, he's familiar with me, right? I'm dressed up right now.
I mean, is he looking at me? If I look at them, are they looking at me in a way where I'm I would say something, or?
You can if you wish. If you turn around and look directly at them, yeah, they're gonna respond by staring back at you. But from what you can tell, this person's basically taking in everything all at once, trying to figure out, like, where am I moving? You're not really sure what their goal is, but they're very much watching you guys. As are some, like I said before, some other folk are still watching. Not everyone is left. So while you're kind of making that connection, Xander, Rexana and Radiah, what you feeling?
I am rummaging around in my little fancy little messenger bag looking for a sleep balm.
Oh, perfect.
Yeet over to the guys who are almost half dozy.
That sounds good to me. That's another roll, go toe-to-toe as they're moving on in. They are still currently affected by Stopped by Wings, so you can indeed use that. Also, I'm going to go ahead and say use the supply chain weakness for this one.
Way over there, okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to spread the experience out.
Obviously my alchemy toolkit and have something for that.
Mm-hmm. And then Stop by Wings, you can use that as well.
So I have 4 thingies clicked. 2 of them are yellow, 2 of them are red.
Which one's red?
My supply chain is red, and the Stop by Wings is red.
Oh, right-click Stop by Wings. Should be yellow.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why your guys' story tags default to negatives, but yeah. So
supply chain should be red.
Correct.
Right?
Yes, that is a weakness.
Hitting a button.
9. Excellent. All right, make sure you mark experience for Alchemy Cafe. Mark 1 attention. Alrighty. You can indeed choose one, and I assume you want to increase the tier by 2.
Sure.
Alrighty. I'm not going to fully explain how tiers go up, but it's still technically tier 3 with 2 pips. I can show you guys how that looks later. It's a little weird. Basically, as you keep applying debuffs to people, you need bigger and bigger numbers to meet it, but you can theoretically keep hitting them with 1 tier over and over and over, and it will eventually go up. Basically, tier 3 needs 3 more pips to go to tier 4. You only had 2 pips, so literally the next sleepy, quote unquote, will, fully sleepifies them.
So right now, are these the people these are the sleepy ones, right?
Yeah, if you put your finger over it, it should say sleepy 3.
What's going on with these guys?
So the sleepy 3 ones, they've jumped out of their bike. They've jumped out of the truck and they're running away from Moira. The ones on the left, they're somewhat intimidated by her, but they're still in their truck. Their truck is just smashing through shit. So it's moving through slowly. They're mainly trying to get out of her Stopped by Wings, effectively.
Oh,
but I can see these guys, right?
You can see both of them, yeah. Because you didn't stop their best attempts to attack you, Radiah, some of them are going to peel off and move towards you and start throwing things. Everything but the kitchen sink. They are just hucking shit at you. So, Radiah, go ahead and roll me face danger to physical trauma. They're just throwing things at you.
Yum.
Can you describe what these raiders look like?
Yes, I very much can, and now that you guys can see them better. You can also use your Guardian Dragon, but keep in mind, if you do use it, Radiah, you do lose it. So, it is
but
temporary.
Can I not use just my dragon anyway?
You can, yes.
Yeah.
So he's kind of, technically he's kind of between you and Moira. Basically, you would recall him to come back to you, and then you can use him for defense. So then Moira can't really use him.
Does she need him right now?
No, she's doing good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just a weak one here. I forgot to figure out what to do with that weird gift keeps that giving. If I could have made a stone skin potion thingamabob that we use as an example, but that's here nor there.
As your next action, you can always prep that. Not a big deal. So yes, you can indeed use Fierce Dragon. They are literally just throwing things at you.
I want the sharp claws too, or no?
I would say for this, no.
Okay.
Ooh, already. A 3. That's a 1-1. Those dice are so interesting looking.
What the heck?
They're super dice.
I had fun playing custom dice.
Alrighty, as they're just throwing literal random shit at you, I'm going to give you the status Bonked 2.
Bonked 2.
As you can see them
cute.
A bit better, they the ones on the right, the sleepy ones, effectively fully move out of the range of your Stopped by Wings, Moira, so they're free. You guys can see them much better now. They are mostly shirtless. Some of them have just strands of shirts, shorts, pants. Their clothes look like they just got out of the desert. Some of them are wearing masks. Some of them have like crazy paint on with really no any like insignia or logo or anything to really denote what group they belong to, besides the fact that they just look like they're all a bunch of nutters. and they are wielding everything in terms of weapons. They got knives, they got swords, they got, like I said, frying pans, and they're flinging all of these at Radiah. Your dragon attempts to get in the way, but he's not able to dive down fast enough, and half the shit ends up smacking into your Radiah. It doesn't knock you to the ground or anything, but it smarts a wee bit, despite bruise in the morning.
I want to
Really?
intercept.
All right, what are we intercepting?
I need to protect my coffee maker.
All right.
Oh God, I was like, who's your coffee maker? What does that mean? I don't think it's really appropriate for you to call Radiah a machine.
It was a friendly joke.
Okay. Anyway, that's cute. She is a coffee maker.
Rude. Barista. That's the word I
I'm
couldn't
just
think of.
ribbing you.
I want to target the men who are tossing stuff at her.
Okay. What are you attempting to do to them?
I want to hurt them.
You may very much do that. That's another a go toe-to-toe.
All right, this time I will use my brother.
Okay.
I want to use not alone, because I will go in with him, I guess.
So you leap over Radiah as she takes a face full of pan, scissors, plates,
Oh my god. Scissors.
some swords. Yeah, just a bunch of random
And
shit.
swords? Oh god.
Unfortunately, she's only bonked 2 and not sliced up.
Hey,
so.
if she gets too hurt badly, she can't make anything anymore.
This is true.
I think that's all I can do. Am I adding any negative?
While you are moving in, I would say no, because you're just charging on in. No need for vertigo or anything. Alrighty, with a 12, you're attempting to damage them, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, so like I mentioned before, the only debuff they currently have is Sleepy, so I'll be adding a new debuff. You know what? We'll bonk them too. They too can receive a bonked. Alright, well, what does this look like?
It's just a mad leap.
You just like flip over Radiah and just like start striking out at them?
Yeah.
Alright, excellent. They are now distracted and seemingly fully engaged with you. So when you say you want to achieve your goal, what is your goal? You're choosing status and achieve your goal. What is that? Your goal can be establishing aggro or...
Can I do aggro and I want to hurt at least one of them to knock them out of the fight or no?
So you can choose 2. The second one you chose is damage, which is good. The first one, you can basically pull their full attention. So you can do both of those.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right, perfect. This does mean they can retaliate, but as you jumped in, that logically makes sense. So go ahead and roll me face danger against effectively the same thing, except now in melee range.
Okay, what can I can use different tags now, right?
Yes, different tags. And you're defending against the same thing, just they're both throwing and hitting you with shit.
All right, well, alert private guide. Guard. Can I use aware of every tiny movement around me?
You're seemingly almost surrounded by them, so yes, that makes sense. This is literally a defense roll, so.
I think that'll be it.
Perfect. Face danger. Another 12! Alright, you fend off all of the damage. As they move towards you, Roxanne, you and your Shadow Guard are able to parry every single attack that emanates from these raiders. They don't like that very much. As they're striking out against you, they are just screaming the entire time. None of their strikes are meeting flesh. It only meets Shadow Guardian after Shadow Guardian. Shields and blades and spears meet their very odd weapons as they scream out, "Why are you yelling?" And they're very frustrated.
Understandable.
Can
Yeah.
I attack?
You very much can, yes. They are currently fully distracted by Roxanne.
Well, I don't want to attack them. I want to attack them.
Yeah, go for it.
You said they're doing what?
The ones that are... Yeah, the ones up there, they are currently just like looping around and moving. They're trying to get
cool.
out of range.
How many of them are there?
In the truck, you can't fully tell, but it was like 4 or 5.
I'm gonna like put my hands together and my hands start to glow, and then I slam my palm down on my circle that I drew on the floor, and then you're gonna see a magical Gatling gun appear, like a stationary sentry Gatling gun, and I'm gonna start shooting at them.
Go for it. Also, while this is happening, you are noticing they are basically leaving your presence, Moira. Alrighty, we got all the good stuff. So choose 2.
Can
They're not going to be able to respond to you, Xander, and you're going to strike them with a 3 harm. So there's basically a spectral Gatling gun.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to give them shot up 3. All right, and as with the other, you just completely pepper them. 2 of them fall out of the truck as it kind of drifts around the corner with a loud screech. And as he's rolling, he's like, oh, let's agree to disagree. And he just kind of, and then falls. And then as the truck rips around the corner, Moira, you see a pig jump out and just run right by you.
That was a little weird. Anybody else think that was a little weird?
First a chicken, now a pig. What?
What?
Who brought the farm?
What kind of pig?
What kind of pig? Like what brand of pig?
Yeah.
Baconator.
Yes, exactly. The Baconator.
I want to send one of my shadows to catch it for dinner.
You're going to try capturing one of the pigs?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I spoiled. There's more than one pig. Oh, shit. Okay, sure. Try to capture pig. Just roll go toe-to-toe with the pig. He doesn't have any buffs or debuffs, but go for it.
Surprise from behind on the pig.
Sure, he doesn't see it coming. Alrighty, you managed to achieve your goal, aka grab the pig. One of your shadows just kind of scoops up, picks up Waddles, and just starts like, he's shaking him. This boy does not want to be held still. He's and just, oh my god, stop! He's a very beefy boy, but fortunately your shadows got him, turns to you, Roxanne, gives you a thumbs up. Pig acquired.
Excellent. I give thumbs up back.
Alright, excellent. While this is happening,
Wait, how big is it?
It's a reasonably sized pig. Not huge, not small.
Oh, I was definitely imagining like, what's that character's name? Peachon?
Not Peachon.
From
Way too small.
Peachon. Yes,
Okay.
you remember.
Okay.
Okay, so hang on.
So a lot smaller than that.
Is it an actual porker pig, or is it like one of those cute pet pigs that you'd like to keep as a pet?
I can't tell you what you think is cute, but it's a porker.
All right.
He can be cute. It's his own kind of cute. Alrighty, and as that happens, Moira, you notice that both groups have left your wingspan. That definitely annoyed them and fully slowed down their plans. You can see them screaming at each other, basically like, where's the goods? Where's the goods? So they are now panicking and looking for the goods. The raiders near you, Roxanne, looks like they're ready to peel off and like start spreading and looking for the goods. More.
What are the people in the audience doing?
Half of them have run away. You notice that a good portion of them are still just kind of watching. And half
Oh,
are not
you know
watching.
those people are rich.
They're no longer watching. They're looking for the ambrosia now. And you
Where
can't,
is it?
You don't know. Roxanne knows where it is.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We
Yep.
don't. None of us know. It's for our own safety.
Yeah, Roxanne knows. These people don't know, but they're now moving about the shadows looking for them. So Moira and Radiah, what are y'all doing?
Am I
Okay.
sensing anything weird from B?
Define weird.
I don't know, staring at me like it wants to do something.
In basically same answer as last time.
But not really.
Not really, no. You guys made the ambrosia yeet. You can tell they're here to defend it, but you guys are technically fighting off the raiders, so shrug? I would say, Xander, if anything, you see them moving towards the other group of raiders, the one you just shot up with your Gatling.
So the
What's the
assassin
little
is
button that
going
you
towards
press
the
for
raider.
the hand?
Yeah. What was that, Moira?
What's the button you press for the hand?
X?
I want to get rid of these guys, or
Okay.
try getting rid of them.
Did I get rid of any of them when I shot him?
Oh, yeah, there's like 5 or so, and like 2 fell off the truck. So,
Hmm.
depending on how you wish to get rid of them, the ones to your right, Moira, they have Sleep 3 and Bonked 2. The ones on the left have Intimidated 1 and Shot Up 3.
So
Shot Up can be any kind of physical trauma, so you can move in and just like Mothman the shit out of them, you can beat them up, but any mental trauma would be better on the guys on the right, because they are Sleepy 3 and they're almost out.
actually, since they're almost out, maybe I should just go. I'm really leaning into the psychological part here. So
Go
I
for
feel
it.
like maybe I should go for them anyway.
Yeah.
But what's going to happen if I lose track of this guy? This guy.
The group to the left, you won't. They're screaming. They're very loud.
Oh, okay. I'm going to go ahead and go after these guys then.
Sure.
Um,
And if you're attempting to fill out that status, then definitely roll go toe to toe. They are distracted by
Yeah.
Roxanne, but when I say distracted, they're more so trying to escape her grasp and continue looking for the ambrosia.
is it still dark?
Yes and no. There are like shadow wisps moving about.
Would we consider that low light?
It's definitely low light, yeah. There's like the actual lighting here is very much mood lighting.
All right, and I can't use any of the other statuses. Just have to add to them.
To what exactly? What's the question?
You know, like you have Bonk 2 and Sleepy 3.
So if you go to Sleepy them, you'll add more to Sleepy. If you go to Bonk them, and remember, Radiah already added some to Sleepy, so you don't need to add much more to max that out. You guys don't know what their max is. I do. It's getting there.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try making them sleepier again.
Go for it, yeah. That's another go toe-to-toe.
Well,
Alrighty. We got a
I
9.
achieved my goal.
So you shall indeed achieve your goal. What does this look like as you're trying to sleepifize them?
So I'm gonna fly over, like right behind them,
Okay.
and just like give them the sleepy time tea.
Excellent. Just pour right in their heads.
Just pour it
And they
right over their heads.
They just look straight up and just blah, 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 blah. And as you're doing that, one of the raiders kind of slips loose, and he's swinging something rapidly in his hand, and he goes to swing it at you. Go ahead and roll me face danger as these guys are basically being taken out. One of them refuses to go down. So this is a melee strike again as he moves towards you.
What didn't I use last time?
Harbinger of Doom, Massive Wingspan, and Better in Low Light, which aren't really too defensive, so you have good stuff.
Yeah, I've got a whole lot of the black belt tags.
Yep. You got situational awareness, self-defense. Those two are solid. Yeah, I'd say skip the... No need for the weakness tag on that one.
What?
Nothing. I was saying no need for the weakness tag on that one. Alrighty. Most excellent. You can tell the item that he's swinging in his hand seems to be a camera on a rope. And he says, "I can't wait to take your picture," and swings it at your head. You're able to duck and dive out of the way as your sleeping spores and shadows begin to surround them. As he misses, the camera shatters and explodes against the ground, and he just flops forward and just boom, just slaps face first into the concrete. And you see the others, as they're trying to draw their weapons, they just kind of just fall over. And these guys are seemingly out of the fight.
Is that why they're upside down?
That's why they're upside down. They'll just flop onto the ground.
Perfect. Anyway, I guess when my turn comes back around, I'm gonna zoom over to the other guys.
Sure thing. Radai, what are you doing?
Looks over, sees those guys getting drowsier and drowsier. But those guys already got pelleted. Maybe I can do something to pellet them too. I cast a spell and do like a rock barrage.
Ooh. All right, as they're drifting around the corner, you prepare that. Go ahead and roll me go toe-to-toe.
I don't have many options here. I just one tag, I think.
Nice! You only need one tag because you rolled double 6s and got a 13. Okay. So you're just basically chucking rocks at them?
Spell rocks, but yeah, like a
Spell rocks.
meteor storm rock pellet barrage of sorts.
Excellent. This just peppers the side of their truck. Do you want to avoid incoming damage, or do you want to achieve your goal, which would be something else? The something else could be incapacitating their truck if you want.
I should be far enough away that I shouldn't be targeted by anything. So yeah, incapacitate the truck.
All right, excellent. They only take one harm, but it does add up. So they're still shot up 3. They leap out of the truck and kind of roll into the ground. And some of their attention is drawn to you, Radaya. I'm going to go ahead and add 1 to the chaos. And looking around, they see that their other friends are knocked out, but that ain't going to stop us. So they continue to somehow drift, even though they're just wearing shoes at the moment. They're still making drifting sounds as they're running. Incredibly confusing. B is kind of standing in their way to stop them from going this direction. But all the same, they are still splitting up and just running about. One of them probably, maybe, going around to Radai. Can't really tell. They're sort of all over the place. As they're looking around and repositioning, what do y'all do?
So that guy who's noodling on a guitar, is he still around?
No, y'all broke his guitar a little while back, unfortunately.
Oh.
He's still playing, and it's just making those really, really sad, blunk, 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 blunk noises.
What is he up to?
Up to running with a guitar. Just kind of howling.
You mean howling, attempting to sing Hal, or?
Yeah, he's just like, slap the pancake! And he's just hitting his guitar.
Okay. Who looks like the boss man?
Very difficult to tell. You don't know if there is a boss man. It just looks like chaos. It just looks like absolute madness. Whoever's currently still alive is probably the boss.
Not the guitar guy, right?
They're not really looking at him. They're not looking at each other. They're kind of just moving like a hive.
All right, what about the other guests? Are they getting real antsy about looking for the ambrosia?
Looking around, you no longer see them. You can feel them through your shadows. They are looking for the ambrosia, definitely.
I'm thinking maybe I should skedaddle with the ambrosia.
What are these guys doing over here?
They are kind of splitting up. There's like 3 or 4 of them, and they're running around. They're trying to move around B, and they're moving not really towards you, Xander, but they're moving in the general area to look for the ambrosia. That's what they're here for. They have no idea where it is. So they're just panic running at this point.
Can I shoot at them again?
Definitely. Different tags, but same roll. Alrighty, technically the chaos would have taken in part there, so it'd be a 5. What you see, though, Xander, is... what are you firing off, by the way, this time?
Gatling gun?
Gatling gun again, alrighty. Unfortunately, you lose control of your magic for a moment as your gun just goes off, and it is just ripping holes through everything but the raiders. A few of the bullets, unfortunately, we've left a bit. And B reacts right before you strike them, but you take a nice chunk out of the ground, and they move their hand to their hip as if to draw a blade, looking at you, assuming that you've attacked them. It looks, and you can sense this as well, Roxanne, your little shadow boy reports back to you. B is now focused on you, Xander.
What does B look like?
This individual is an Asian woman in her late 20s. Her hair is tied back in a really high ponytail. She has very sharp eyes with wide-rimmed rectangular glasses.
Is that kind of like what a lot of the people looked like in here? Like the auctioneer and shit, or?
No, they definitely 100% stand out. And she's wearing somewhat, not like a suit, but she's wearing nicer clothes, you can tell.
Okay. So she like grabs her sword to like look and looks at me, or?
She starts moving towards you, getting ready to draw it, yes. And as that's happening, the raiders just like, whoop! And they're moving around further and further. Roxanne, you said you're trying to keep an eye out for the guests?
No, I think I'm going to send Jasper to take the ambrosia and try to leapfrog it into Xander's car trunk.
Alrighty. You know, I can just add a status to this thing. We'll just call it escaped. I think you hit it with 2 last time. So just roll toe-to-toe, and I'll just keep adding a status to the ambrosia crate until it's high enough that it's out of the room. How's that sound?
Okie dokes.
So go ahead and roll that for me. It is definitely far, so Jasper's going to have to yeet himself across the room.
All right, I'm going to use older brother, moves in the shadows, and hidden vantage point since he's going to jump from dark corner to dark corner.
Sure.
Is that going to trigger my combo rolls, though? You know, where I can't use them next time if I'm just moving a box?
Anytime you roll something, you can't use it next time, correct? So it's currently at escaped 3. I'll let you know it'll be gone at 4. So Jess was able to grab it and reposition it somewhere else, whoop, that nobody knows about. Do you tell anyone you're doing this, Roxanne?
I guess I probably should.
Okay. Radaya and Moira are close. Are you to both of them, or just Moira since she's closest?
Oh, am I telling them I'm doing it? Okay, I thought you said, am I telling you? I mean, if I signal anything to them, that it might get noticed by someone else, or probably not.
All right, fair enough.
This is true. It might be noticed.
I mean, keeping a secret like this, that isn't the worst. So Moira and Radaya, what are y'all doing?
I mean, I thought it was kind of obvious that she took the box.
Right, but we don't know where it is, so.
We don't know where it got put.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I mean, I don't think that really matters.
Yeah, now I'm just moving it further away, so.
I mean, is there...
I guess,
What's in the
do we
room?
have like a safe word to, hey, let's skedaddle in a mix
Pineapple.
of chaos, or no? You know, as a team.
Why can't
Pineapple.
somebody just yell, okay, let's skedaddle?
Because yelling pineapple's more fun.
Yes.
That sounds like a safe word.
I mean,
That's what she
yeah.
asked for.
I mean, yes.
You know what?
We're in a dangerous situation. Why can't it be a safe word?
You know what,
I'm scared, let's
honestly?
leave.
Yes. Let's go. Nothing left here, right? Right?
I mean,
Raiders.
the Ambrosia's still here. There's still dudes running around, so.
Yeah,
I like it.
I'm currently content to keep fighting as a distraction, and then skedaddle once my goal is complete. But I will shout it out.
Yeah, so I would say if Moira and Radaya, if you two know Roxanne's moving the box around, she hasn't given you like the, nod as to say it's safe. So because she's done nothing, you guys know she's clearly
so
still
if
working.
she has not given us the okay that it's safe, then I don't think we should leave.
Right. So then what are you two doing?
Okay, who's surrounding us?
No one. In fact, you two are you're in the safest position, Moira. You're very far from the other group of raiders. They're super far away.
Oh God, my I didn't even see them over there. All right, actually, I guess I should probably move that away.
All right, are you moving in with the
Right.
intent to attack them?
Yeah, they don't have. Oh, they have. Oh, it is this guy. Okay, yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna zoom over here,
Okay.
and I'm gonna ultra intimidate.
Alrighty.
Or actually, he's on.
You could
shot
also
up, so
you could
maybe
also
I
just
could-
kick the shit out of them. That also works. That will stack with shot up.
Yeah, I actually think that I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Sure. Go ahead and
Yeah,
roll
let me-
that. Whatever physical trauma tags you have, make sure you also select chaos.
And chaos -1. So that would be I used. Dang. Wish I had created a story tag once per session. But I don't know what.
You have free clues once per scene.
I do. Can I have a clue?
If you want one this very second, sure.
Yeah.
Do you have a burning question for me?
Yeah. How do I get rid of him the fastest?
Punch the shit out of them.
All right.
You're already doing it. Just hit roll.
So for broad training, could I create a story tag?
Yeah, technically.
All right. Let's see. Can I call it pressure points?
Sure. Yeah. I'll just give you a +1 after your roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And this would be go toe to toe?
Yeah, definitely. Toe go to go.
Damn.
Not damn. You got +1.
Oh,
Go you.
beautiful.
All right, you can choose one. You can get them good. I assume that's the one you want.
Yes.
All right. Well, they are indeed going to strike back. So first, before your blow lands, go ahead and roll me face danger. More physical trauma. So whatever you have to dodge getting hit in the face with a guitar.
All right. Let's see. I guess that's what it's going to be.
Nice. A 12 on the defense.
Oh,
Perfect.
that worked out well.
Alrighty. As you move on in, you are actually going to finish off the raiders. What does that look like, Moira? You fly on in with your Mothman powers.
Yeah, master of ceremonies. Come on. I am not that action-minded.
That's fine. You want to just do a nice basic, you hover on in with your wings wide and you just drop kick him in the face as Mr. Guitar runs up the side wall and he just goes to just down smash. He just down right next to you. But you're able to see slightly into the future by just a second, and you weave off to the side, causing his wonderful guitar as you see his cracked mask fully begins to fall off, and he's looking like, no, I missed! And right as it's striking the ground, you just depression. Guitar hits.
I was just kind of not gonna lie. This is a good battle for me.
You've been rolling very well, yes. His guitar smashes against the floor and just erupts with chunks just flying back in his face in slow motion as you turn to spin kick this fool right in the jaw, and he goes flying into a barrel, which just erupts. You look around and you see all of the raiders are completely incapacitated. You zipped over here at an absurd speed. And B, who was walking towards Xander, pauses to turn at you, Moira, and both of you, Xander and Moira, can see a look on their faces to say, what the hell?
Can I do something?
Very much so, yes. But all the raiders are taken out. You guys do know that.
Nice.
When I saw B walking up to me, I feel a sense of endangerment because I see the hand on the sword. So I'm going to cast a spell that shoots a bunch of chains around her. Like Harry Houdini.
Excellent. As you're doing that, she can see you're preparing something, and she asks you, what did you do with the ambrosia?
Well, just none of your business.
After that answer, she can see you're clearly trying to cast something, and she gives you a look as if to say, don't make me hurt you. So when you roll this, I think you should be able to see her tags. Go ahead and select Astute Perception as well. And then you're cut up on top of that. Alrighty. You're attempting to chain them up?
Yep.
I'll add chained 1. And they dive at you, drawing the blade, but you notice it is not metal. It seems to be wooden. You're able to just barely dodge out of the way as your chains wrap around them, but obviously don't fully hold them in place. It doesn't look like B can see these chains. And she's focused purely on you. She looks down at her arms, which you can see some of the chains are wrapped on, but looks straight back to you, as if nothing's happening.
Well, you tried, but, good luck next time.
All right, how the rest of you respond?
I mean, I respect Xander immensely.
Do I know
That's
B to be very dangerous?
Very much so, yes.
Do we want to fight her? Fight them?
Well, I mean,
No.
I'm just restraining her so I could leave with the ambrosia.
Okay, so I don't think there's anything I can do.
Otherwise, I would have,
help that.
attacked her.
Yeah, I guess there's just not really much I can do to keep her in that space when we get out. Did the chain work? Yes, it did.
Yeah, the chain worked. I mean,
yeah,
she was looking like she wanted to attack me, so I held her down so we could leave with the ambrosia.
Mm-hmm. She has chain 1.
Can I kick her in the shin and then dash off?
You can very much try to attack her if you want. Yeah, I can stop you. Is that what you want to do?
No. I don't. I mean, getting kicked in the shin is awful.
It's pretty bad, yeah.
But I'll go with the rest of them.
Should I roll for my next escape?
You're attempting to just get it out?
Yeah, the faster the better.
Okay. You can... I'm not going to have you roll, because at this point there's no more raiders, so they're not really getting in the way. If you just say you do it, it's basically already capped out, so effectively it's going to be moved. Moira, you were behind B. How do you move away from her? Because Xander, you're taking a step back, which she's going to react to, but she's not going to react depending on what Moira does.
Oh, well, I mean, I have my wings out, so I'm just going to fly up and then over.
Okay.
And then down.
As you do that, you see Xander, like, from a foot or two away. She's real close to you. The look of shock and just pure confusion on B's face after Moira flies over is probably funny, one might say. But her attention, well, it's confusing. It's also a little bit of anger. As Moira leaps over B and Xander, attempting to escape, Roxanne takes Jasper and gets ready to take, or hopefully, take the ambrosia crates out of here somewhere else through the shadows. Xander sees Moira leap away and turns to see B once again drawing her weapon.